If you've ever Googled, will AI take my job at 2 in the morning, you're not alone. It's the single most asked question about AI right now, and honestly, I understand the fear. Last year, tens of thousands of jobs were cut with AI cited as the reason. That's real, and I'm not going to pretend that it isn't. But here's what I've seen after working with dozens of businesses. AI isn't replacing the people who learn to work with it. It's replacing the ones who refuse to. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make sure you're on the right side of that. Okay, so you're not being paranoid, right? The anxiety is real. The headlines, they're all saying it. Meta's cutting jobs, Amazon's cutting jobs, eBay's cutting jobs, Expedia, Pinterest, Nike, that's just this year alone. And we're only 4 months into the year. So it's everywhere. And so I don't blame you for feeling like you are in this world where AI is just taking over. But let's look at this a little bit more deeply. And I say this as someone who's been in Fortune 500 companies for the last 20 years, working with them from a consulting perspective. But these guys, they go through this cycle every year, most of the time, mostly every year, where they're cutting jobs because they're doing just general cost cutting, or they're restructuring how they operate. And a lot of that is being blamed on AI because it's sexier than saying, oh, we're getting rid of people because we're just terrible at managing our own business. So it's just not as interesting to hear that they're not good at managing their business. So instead, the headlines, as sensationalist as the news is, always seems to blame AI. Now, I'm not saying that AI doesn't have a part to play in this, because it does, right? It's just that we have to be really clear at who's at risk here. So there are certain types of roles that are at risk of AI, and there are some that are not, and I'm going to cover what those are. So if you have a role that is 100% routine and doesn't require any judgment from a human to complete it end to end, then those are the sorts of jobs that AI is more likely to be able to do, because it can just do them better than a human. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't get distracted, it just does the job over and over and over again, those repetitive, boring jobs. Now, the other side of it is that there are some jobs that are not at risk, things that require empathy or creativity or relationship building, or when you have complex decisions to be made, or leadership type roles, those that require deep industry knowledge. Those are the sorts of things that are not at risk from AI. And we don't just want to go ahead and automate every single thing. We have to be very clear about what are the types of roles that we've got within our business and what makes sense to actually automate. And I can draw, the people that start to use AI are the ones that become faster, sharper, and just generally more valuable as an employee. And you can relate it back to when spreadsheets came out, for instance. Spreadsheets didn't replace your accountant. Spreadsheets replaced those accountants that refused to learn spreadsheets. And that's exactly how the AI boom is going to work as well. So what can you do then to basically counter this and keep yourself in a position where you've always got a job? Now, quick pause. If you're watching this and thinking, this sounds great, but I still don't know how to actually do any of this, that's exactly where I come in. I don't just talk about AI, I teach it hands-on. And I completely customize the training, work with people one-to-one, or I train entire teams and organizations. But either way, the goal is the same, to make you AI fluent. So not just aware of AI, not just curious about it, actually confident using it every single day in ways that actually make a real difference to how you work. By the time we're done, you won't need anymore, you'll be an AI native, and that's the whole point. If that sounds like what you need, then I offer a completely free discovery call. There's no pressure, there's no jargon, just an honest chat about where you are and where you want to get to. The link's in the description below. Right, let's get back to the video. The first thing is to experiment. So if you're a business owner and you've got access to ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, just choose any tool and spend 30 minutes a day looking at it, playing with it, asking it questions, seeing what it can do. Invite it to the table when you have a job to do or a task to do. Just invite it with you and say, can you do this? Or can you help me do this? And sometimes it will be able to do it, and other times it won't be able to do it. either way, you'll get a very clear picture as to what is possible anytime you try. Now, one thing to mention is that even if you tried doing that same task with AI 6 months ago and it couldn't do it, try again now, because the rate of change and the pace at which AI is improving is just unbelievable at the moment, which is another reason why it's important to think about that widening gap in skills. So every week AI is getting better and better and better and better, and every week that you don't use AI, you're literally staying here, and the gap is widening and widening. So it's really important to kind of get on board as quickly as possible into this space, so that you can start experimenting and seeing how it can benefit you and what it can benefit you on. The second thing is, if you've got teams, just invite their input, right? Get them on board. Don't just tell them they have to use AI. Talk to them, understand their fears, understand what's going on in their minds about this, because there's no doubt that there's going to be some fear in your organization, because people are worried about their jobs. Okay, just like you're watching this video, you're curious, you want to know what this means for you. Just ask them the simple question: which parts of your job do you hate the most? Which parts do you find the most boring? And let's see how AI can take those parts and just get rid of them, or make them less of a task on your to-do list, so that you can actually do more of the things that you enjoy. And by the way, what are those things that you enjoy? Do you even know that? So it's actually quite an introspective like exercise, isn't it? Like, what do I actually enjoy doing at work, and what do I not enjoy doing? And just asking that question of yourself can really help you to figure out where AI is going to help you or not help you. And of course, give people the time to experiment with this. There's not even a book you can read that will give you the information you need. Like, it's changing so fast, and we're seeing new updates being shipped every week now, sometimes twice a week, and it could be even faster in the future, with updates happening sort of 1, 2, 3 times a day. Who knows, we might be on ChatGPT 10.7 by the end of the month. We just don't know, right? So the key thing is to just keep going with it, and instead of thinking about how to get rid of people, start thinking about how to train them and upskill them in AI, because they're going to be far more valuable to you as a business owner than having no staff at all. And one of the biggest things I've seen companies make mistakes in, and there was quite a famous one last year, the name that escapes me right now, but they cut thousands and thousands of jobs, and then realized the AI was not doing a very good job of the things that it was supposed to have replaced. So they had to rehire people back into the organization. Don't be that person, right? Upskill people in how to use the tools, and then see, you have a much better, clearer picture of what that looks like for your organization, and how you can build people, keep people, and grow your business at the same time. Now, as I say, it's the people that use AI that are likely to take your job, not AI itself. The bottom line is that the fact that you're even watching this video means that you're curious, you're learning, and you're ready for what's coming. And that puts you ahead of most people, to be honest. Even if you start right now, like I said, you're already going to be an early adopter, and you're going to be on that path. You're going to be shortening that gap between those people that are AI native and where you currently are. If you're a business owner and you want to figure out how to implement AI into your business, then watch this video up here, which is where I explain why 95% of AI projects fail and how you can be in the 5% that don't. Thanks for watching.